everyone, it's Jess. Before we get into the video, I have a couple quick announcements which you probably already figured out. Yes, I am redecorating my room. My setup is now changed again. So yeah, I put my flag up, I put some things up. There's a ladder over there because I was getting some stuff. So ignore the appearance for a little bit. It will be better, I promise. But yeah, and also I'm sorry this video is 2 days late. If you couldn't have figured out, this series, I wanted it to be up before Warped Tour started, but the last video of this section of the series, because it's a 7-part series, and so the first 5 sections are going to be till Sunday. It'll be now to Sunday, no breaks, and then my schedule will get back to normal, and then there will be 2 more videos after Warped Tour. So yeah, get prepared for that. Every single day there will be a new video from me till Sunday. Now got all that boring crap out of the way, now it is time to start the video. Today is the second episode of my Warped Tour series, my Ultimate Warped Tour Survival Guide. Now, if you've gone to a Warped Tour, or if this is your first year, you've probably seen a Warped Tour Survival Guide. You've probably seen 3 million of them. But honestly, especially if this is your first year, you're gonna wanna watch 3 million of them. So this one, and then I recommend checking out some other ones, because there are some details that they have that I might not have. I tried to shy away from like some of the most popular things, I guess, but I mean, if it's important, it's important. So I'm sorry if there's stuff I repeat that you've already heard, but this is just my guide to help you guys out at Warped Tour. Let's get on with it. Basically, I broke my survival guide up in sections. So the first section is the night before Warped Tour. The first thing you're going to want to do the night before Warped Tour is make sure you have your ticket. If you don't have your ticket, you're going to go to Warped Tour and then you're going to be like, oh shoot, I don't have my ticket. Don't be that person. Make sure you have your ticket and it's out and it's in front of you and it's ready to go and you have it in a place where you won't lose it, because otherwise you will not be a happy camper. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. Don't not sleep and then drag the whole day, because it won't be fun. So please get sleep the night before Warped Tour. You want to be packed the night before Warped Tour, because you don't want to be scrambling the day of. You're going to stress yourself out, and Warped Tour is already stressful as it is, so you don't need any more stress on you. So make sure you are packed. Later this week, I believe now it will be on Sunday, I'm going to be doing a What's in My Bag Warped Tour edition. So if you have any questions, you can just watch that video and you shouldn't have any more questions. And along with that, make sure your clothes and jewelry or makeup are laid out, so again, you're not scrambling to find things the day of. The last thing you're going to want to do the night before Warped Tour is make sure your phone is charged. Even if it's at 100 the night before Warped Tour, you're going to want to charge it overnight while you're sleeping. You're going to want to take pictures, you're going to want to take videos, it's going to be a great day. Make sure your phone's charged. Moving on to what to wear and what not to wear to Warped Tour. Okay, you're gonna want to wear something lightweight. You don't want to wear anything that's gonna be hard to wear. If you haven't worn it before, I don't suggest wearing it, and make sure it's light and flowy and you'll be as comfortable as you can. No open-toed shoes. That is a big no. No sandals, no flip-flops, no nothing. Wear sneakers. I know it gets hot and I know socks are annoying. You have to wear socks and sneakers. No matter what sneaker, wear comfortable sneakers that you can walk around the whole day in. Now, there's been a lot of YouTubers that I've seen that have said no makeup or no jewelry. Now, I don't personally believe in that. I put on a full face of makeup for Warped Tour, which I'm going to be doing a Warped Tour makeup routine. I couldn't think of the word. So if you have any questions about what to wear for makeup for Warped Tour, watch that video and you'll be all set. The one thing that I think you probably shouldn't wear are those rubber bracelets. I do not recommend wearing those because it's gonna get hot and they're gonna get stuck to your skin and it's not fun, so I suggest leaving those off for a day. You want a hat. You're gonna need a hat. Don't worry about your hair getting stuck to your neck. You just need a hat and you'll be all set. Last and most importantly that I've mentioned is you have to be comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're not gonna have a fun time. Make sure you are wearing something comfortable, and so it'll just be a better day for you. Now, going to Warped Tour, like on the ride there, you're gonna want to turn on notifications for your favorite bands, including the Warped Tour itself, like the Warped Tour account itself, either on Instagram or Twitter or anything, because sometimes they notify you of when they're playing. That'll help you not be as stressed out when you actually get in Warped Tour. Also, make sure that you wake up early. The gates open at 11, I think, and you do not want to be last. You're not going to be able to get any wristbands, especially if you plan on meeting a band, like you know you want to meet a band, and if they have wristbands, especially if they're a headliner, yeah, you need to be there early. Now, this thing, I've never seen anyone else talk about this, but I do this thing called band pick. So I pick about like 5 bands that I want to go see. I talked about them in my last video, you should go check that out. And basically I take these 5 bands, and these are the 5 bands that I have on priority that I want to meet and see ASAP. You need 5, and then you need that one band that is your main priority, and that's the band you're going to want to go to first. You're going to want to make sure you know their record company, because I remember last year Pierce the Veil, who was my number 1, was on Fearless, and Fearless had all the what Pierce the Veil was doing that day, not Pierce the Veil's tent. You gotta make sure you know if it's their record company or their actual tent. Sometimes the bands will post before, so especially if you're going to a later date, you may already know the information before you get there. At Warped Tour, if you need to get a VIP wristband, I definitely suggest going to get that first, because sometimes they're only limited to like 100 people. Then I suggest going to the huge Vans blow up sign. I took a picture of it last year on my phone, and that helps me so I didn't have to keep running back to it. I could just look on my phone. Or I suggest buying a map. I did not last year and I was fine, but I know a lot of people say that's very helpful. I think it's like $2, so do that. So this actually should think about the night before Warped Tour, but I put this in here for some reason. If you want to get into Warped Tour early, I believe they are still doing this, you either have to bring in an old used cell phone or iPod, $5, or 3 cans food that are not expired, and you can get an express pass, which will get you in, I think, 30 minutes early. You're gonna want that. I had it last year and I was fine. I was still stressed out, but I was fine. So you're gonna want to make sure you have that. Remember that. Do not forget that. When you first get into Warped Tour, it's gonna be very, very overwhelming. You need to take a breath. Okay? I know a lot of people don't think about this, but you can't run yourself ragged. And if you're feeling like anxious or nervous or like upset sometime through the day, just take a second and breathe, okay? If you are going with friends or family or whatever, you need to find a meeting point. This is very, very, very important, because if you get lost or your cell phone dies or something, make sure you have a meeting point, whether it's at a tent, whether it's at a stage, something. Have time checks as well, such as you meet there every 2 hours or something like that, just to check back. And then you might want to tell your friends that you just kind of met Sum 41. Like, it's kind of exciting. So make sure you do have time checks and meetups with your family or friends or whoever you're going with. The last thing you have to remember at Warped Tour, you're gonna have to make sacrifices, and you can't freak out about it. It sucks, but that's what Warped Tour is. Bands overlap. It sucks ass, I know, but it happens. So remember to make your sacrifices and don't freak out about it. During bands, so moshing, I have wanted to get into my fair share of mosh pits at Warped Tour, I will tell you that, but I don't, because 1, there is a no moshing rule at Warped Tour / no crowd surfing, because if someone gets hurt and then Warped Tour can get sued, and then there's no more Warped Tour, which sucks. So I suggest not moshing. But I know a lot of people kind of go crazy. That's not something you can really control. So just remember to have good show etiquette. Don't make inappropriate requests. Just make sure you have good etiquette for the show, because there are people there who are trying to enjoy the band, because this is the first time they've ever seen them in 4 years. Just think about that and don't be selfish. The last thing though you have to remember about seeing bands is have fun. Don't just stand there. Go nuts. But again, remember the show etiquette thing. Meet and greets. Now this is one that I have trouble with, and I have trouble talking about because I suck at meet and greets. The one thing that you have to remember when you're meeting someone, if you have like bad anxiety like myself, you have to remember that they're just people. They're just people, and you buy their merch. They are fans of you as much as you are of them. You're helping them live out their dream, so they want to help you live your dream of meeting them. I know Warped Tour is really say hi and then you're done kind of a thing. They're just people. They are just people, just like you. Get at meet and greets early, especially if it's your favorite band. Oh my god. You gotta get there early, and you have to make sure you have the proper requirements, because if you see that Falling Reverse is doing a meet and greet but you need wristbands, you can't just go into the Falling in a First line. You have to make sure you're appropriate for that. That's also with meeting the bands. Make sure you're appropriate and make sure you're not taking time from other people because they might have just missed their favorite band in the whole world to go meet this band that they don't even really like but their friend likes. So, you have to remember to not take time out of other people's things. I know it's really hard to do a hi, I'm done now, and I just took a picture. Oh my god, it's pretty wild. But you have to remember that other people are trying to meet them, and so don't take up their time. Now, the 5 basic things that everyone has talked about, but I need to mention, otherwise this is not a good survival guide. Sunscreen! Bring sunscreen, put on, lather yourself in sunscreen, because otherwise it's not gonna be fun for you. You just need to reapply all the time 24/7, okay? Please, please don't burn yourself. Water. Drink water, please, please. I see so many people get carried out in ambulances because they're dehydrated. Same with food. If you're hungry and you might pass out, like, it's not gonna be fun. You need to drink water, you need to eat food. Sometimes the food is overpriced there. So bring snacks if that's what you're into. You need to charge yourself. Water is even more important though because like you will actually pass out and have to go to the hospital if you're dehydrated. So please, please drink water, guys. Please, I don't want to see anybody else pass out at a show. It just sucks. So please drink water. Please bring water. I don't think they let you bring in like actual like bottles of water. I think you have to bring in like your own like plastic bottle, and then there are so many refill stations, guys. It's crazy. So you're gonna get a chance to refill your water, so don't even worry, it's gonna be okay. Just bring water, okay? Please, thanks. Like I said, remember your checkbacks, remember your meeting points. That is very, very important because you don't want to get lost. If you do get lost, do not go to some random person and ask for help. Go to one of the people at the merch tent because sometimes they know. You know, if you get lost, don't ask some random person on the street because they'll send you the wrong way. Now, the last and most important thing for Warped Tour is you have to have fun, guys. Do not stress yourself out to the max where you can't even enjoy seeing Sleeping with Sirens for the 34th time like myself. Literally, you need to have fun because this is all about fun. Warped Tour is about fun, not about stress, not about angry, I don't know, not about sadness. You just have to remember that, and you're gonna have the best time ever. So that is my ultimate Warped Tour survival guide, and that is about all for this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. All my social media links, like always, will be in the description below, and please remember to like and subscribe because I'm trying to reach 200 subscribers by November. We can do it. I know we can. Also remember to comment down below what Warped Tour date you are going to because I'm curious. Again, I'm going to July 13th in Mansfield, Massachusetts, and I am so hyped. Ooh. Comment down below if any of these tips help you, if you have any more tips for me, and for your fellow Warped Tour friends, I don't know. But yeah, so do that, and I will see you guys in my next video.